Fires continued burning overnight across the streets of downtown Los Angeles as unrest over recent Trump administration crackdowns on immigration surged over the weekend.
Chaos in Los Angeles, and the officials in charge don't seem to care. If you could, hit that like button, really helps the video out, and please consider subscribing.
This violence that I've seen is disgusting.
Protests first erupted on Friday after dozens of immigrants in the area were detained. Those demonstrations caused President Donald Trump to deploy the National Guard, citing failures from local officials to squash the gatherings.
You have violent people, and we're not going to let them get away with it.
The city's police chief said at least 39 people were arrested since Saturday, describing tactics some people use to harm officers.
We had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. They have a hammer, and they'll break up the cinder block and use that, pass it around to throw at officers, to throw at cars.
The actions by these people prove exactly why these illegal immigrants need to be deported right away.
Hours ago on X, that President Donald Trump did post out that he said, quote, arrest the people in face masks now. And then we have the very latest on your screen, sharing it with the viewers as well from Fox 11 Los Angeles. President Donald Trump saying the Insurrection Act not off the table for LA protests. For those unfamiliar, what is the Insurrection Act? How does it relate to what we're seeing in real time?
Yeah, the Insurrection Act allows the president to enact the Insurrection Act and to use the U.S. military to put down riots inside cities. This is something that most presidents are very, very wary of using. Normally, the process goes that the governor requests assistance from the president, at which time National Guardsmen are activated and used to stop riots. And so I think that the president is getting out in front of this, but that has caused a lot of consternation and a lot of pushback on the part of Governor Newsom and also on Mayor Bass there in LA. And so there's a real difference in opinion about the use of National Guard. President Trump also threatened to activate Marines from 29 Palms, nearby Marine base, that to deploy to assist protection of federal buildings. Without the Insurrection Act, all the National Guard troops can do is protect federal buildings. They cannot be used to arrest anyone. They don't have arrest powers at that point. But if the Insurrection Act were put into effect, then National Guard troops could be used for law enforcement purposes. I don't know if we're going to see that happen in this case. However, if this continues to spread, you might see that having to be used.
I think Trump should use any means necessary to stop this as fast as possible. The governor and the mayor clearly aren't capable of dealing with this.
Los Angeles, don't take Trump's bait. Trump wants chaos and he's instigated violence. Those who assault law enforcement or cause property damage will risk arrest. He concludes by saying, quote, stay peaceful, stay focused. Don't give him the excuse he's looking for. For many people, this shows a government divided. When you have the commander-in-chief having one initiative and then you have those on the local level clearly having another. Many people speaking out against this statement by Governor Newsom this morning, saying now is not a time to be divided.
It seems the governor has a case of Trump derangement syndrome. He's allowing violence and destruction to happen because of his personal feelings for Trump.
And the heart of Trump's America First agenda was ending the illegal immigration crisis and deporting the millions who flooded in illegally in recent years. And you will not find a better ad for that policy than the scenes in LA right now. Yes, the lawless thugs are demonstrating precisely why they should be deported and why those who break the law to support them should be locked up. As the National Guard is called in to restore order, the fires continue to burn. Some of these fires have been burning for so long that the cars are almost gone. Look at that. But authorities, the National Guard, will restore order as these rioters found out. Some of these rioters found out.
They're coming out. They're coming out. Watch out.
My personal feelings is that they should be using a lot more harsh methods to stop this as fast as possible. This is not a protest, it's a riot.
And while the Mexican flag was proudly flying throughout these protests, the American flag was really nowhere to be seen unless it was being set alight. Yes, they proudly fly the Mexican flag, but they burn the American one as they riot to stop being deported to Mexico and other countries they hold in higher esteem than America. This is the left. It's what they do, whether it's Antifa, BLM, or these lawless thugs. Remember, the violence from the left intensified as soon as Trump became president the first time.
You alright, boss?
Police had to push back the protesters so firefighters could get to the flames.
Watch out, watch out. Hey, Beasley. Beasley. Chill, come over here.
Small fires had appeared all day. This upped the temperature, which of course was the point.
One demonstrator threw a flashbang grenade back at police. It exploded in an officer's face.
Plenty of tear gas. 6 officers reportedly injured.
Now this just shows how insane the left really is. When it comes to Trump, they will always resort to violence.
Funny how that was never called an insurrection. The Democrats have always fanned this sort of violence. They have incentivized it. They have defended it. And even as LA descends into violence and chaos, they are calling for more. Here's Democrats' LA City Council member Hernandez telling protesters, rioters really, to escalate their tactics.
They know how quickly we mobilize. That's why they're changing tactics. Because community defense works and our resistance has slowed them down before. And if they're escalating their tactics, then so are we. When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
I think she's really going to regret those words when she's in prison. She clearly isn't fit to be a council member.
And LA Mayor Bass also defended the protest and trumpeted LA's sanctuary city status.
We are going to fight for all Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants. And this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos.
You know, it was only last year when Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters was accusing Trump of being divisive and engaging in dangerous rhetoric.
I am going to spend some time with the criminal justice system, with the justice system, asking them, tell us what's going on with the domestic terrorists. Are they preparing a civil war against us? Should we be concerned about our safety? What is he doing with this divisive language? It is dangerous, and we're going to have to make sure that we understand that we're not at risk with this man talking in the way that he's doing.
If these are the people that are running LA, no wonder it's falling apart. She isn't fit to run a McDonald's.
Oh, Maxine Waters had plenty of fears, fevered dreams about Trump and his supporters starting trouble. But it's the left, always the left, resorting to violence, and right there to defend the protesters and defend the rights of illegal immigrants to stay in the country illegally was the Congresswoman. Let's have a listen to Maxine Waters.
Using deportation as a way to enhance his position with all of those right wingers out there who do not want this country to be a country of people coming from other groups. is outrageous, it is horrible, and we've got to make sure that we do everything that we possibly can, because I think he's up to creating martial law. He even alluded to civil war.
He alluded to civil war. This from the woman who has long championed feral behaviour, who has called for her ideological opponents to be harassed and intimidated even when they're out for dinner. And now, as California descends into lawless, violent protest, she's fanning the flames with this sort of talk. Here she is asked about the National Guard being called in to restore order.
What do you think about the National Guard being here, Trump deploying them and not our own governor?
Well, the thing about it is, I don't know why they're here with guns. Whom are they going to shoot, and for what? Why the guns? Why are these guns here? That's my question. I don't get why the guns have to be here. We're a sanctuary city. We know Trump doesn't like us. We know that he's going to try to use us as an example.
Why the guns? That should be completely obvious to anyone with any common sense. This woman is completely delusional and a danger to the people of LA.
And if that wasn't enough, Maxine then showed up at a detention centre and tried to use her congressional authority to gain access. It didn't go too well, as the kids say. Not today, Satan.
No, I want you to... Hello, hello, hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on visitors.
Ma'am, we're logging securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs.
I need to get in.
Lock this woman up along with the governor and put people in charge with the ability to think clearly and act in the best interests of not only LA, but the country, not their personal feelings. That's it for this one. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.